So does today's job number change the calculus when it comes to more stimulus? Joining us to discuss are Doug Holtz-Eakin, president of the American Action Forum, who's also former chief economist of the Council of Economic Advisers under George W. Bush, and Gene Sperling, former director of the National Economic Council under both President Obama and President Clinton. He's the author of a new book, Economic Dignity. A very good afternoon to you both. Doug, I'll start with you. Just how good and surprisingly good were these numbers this morning?
Well, they were good news, and I think the question is how good and how much news. To me, the news is there wasn't a second round of knock-on layoffs or firings that produced a negative number in May. That's the news. That's good news. The remainder, people going back to work, we knew there were a lot of temporarily unemployed people who would be brought back. The people who are going to come back easiest did. We just expected it to happen in June. So this is more of a timing phenomenon than really a change in the outlook, in my view.
Doug, what will it do to the calls for another round of fiscal stimulus, to the extension of the relief packages that are already put in place, and including state and local government assistance?
Well, I don't think since this is really just a shift between, May and June, how quickly this happens, I don't think this should change your calculus deeply on what it should look like in October, September, October, which is really what the next legislation is about. And there will be things that have to get done. We're going to have to find a way to get people into workplaces safely. That's going to involve more pressure on the business side to get the liability reforms, on the worker side to make sure that we get PPE and workplace modifications so you can get distancing. It's a lot of work that needs to get done, and Congress can help with that. The states and localities remain an issue, and I think the real issue is how much do they end up borrowing through the Fed and the municipal liquidity facility, and how much does Congress end up helping them out because they've had the undue expenses of the pandemic. So, there's going to be a lot of negotiations going on constantly. I don't think today's report changes deeply the nature of those negotiations. I just think it strengthens the hands a bit for those who are less aggressive.
Gene,